you get the top pretty much handled to a degree. You got a drain hose here, or your overflow goes around the engine. And it's capped underneath. That's something's going to get caught. So we're going to fish this through here. 2 radiator hoses. Go ahead and remove these now and drain it down. Go ahead and pull those 2 through right now. Remove your clamps. Take it off, keep it. Safe spot. Some dirty. Everything we're going to do with the front end, any bolts, radiator, clamps, hoses, we're going to put in here in this box. Just keep it just for this. And we'll do ahead the engine bolts. We'll again do everything that holds the engine in place also in here, so it's separate from everything else that we did. Now we're going to go ahead and drain the radiator out, do the oil, and we'll drain the coolant. Just a Phillips head screwdriver. Lowest part is here. We're still going to have some in here, no big deal. Take it from the block, and we'll also take it from the radiator itself. This could be a little bit of a bitch to get off, but let that drain out all the way. Go ahead and get the oil pan, do the oil. 17 millimeter. Get oil out of there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this bike had some condensation. The bike sat a while. They had no oil filter in it. Well, they had oil filter. They had no oil fill cap, and it sat for quite a bit. So some moisture condensation builds up, and that's what you get. Doesn't mean it's a head gasket. Doesn't mean it's water. It just could be condensation. After another oil fill, this will clear right up. I had this bike running. I know what this is about here. You might see that in your bike. You might see in your sight glass and trip out. After your next oil change, it should clear up. It depends. If you live in cold weather, the bike sits over, the riding season. So we're gonna let that drain down. We're gonna start working on the radiator itself, the brackets that hold it together. We got one up top, one on each side. We also got a lower bracket that also mounts to the block, which we're going to remove because we're going to be removing this engine. We'll start off with the sensor itself for the temperature. So there's your sensor here. Just a simple plug. This bolt also doubles as the horn bracket. The bolt might be a little longer, take note of that. You can just go ahead and keep that in your mental note. You might get some water in here, probably a little bit. No big deal. Scratch all the shit. I see what's going here. We got one more connection for the fan, which I forgot, which is holding this up. Get out of the way. Drain off any residual that's in it. Kind of got hung up there, but Alright, now we can go for the exhaust. We got the pipe bolt. No mid pipe bolt. Stock pipes will have a mid bolt. I'm going to go right off the header. Any bushings, sleeves, spacers, washers, whatever was put on with the factory at the factory. You have different scenarios. You can take all them bolts, put them in your box. What bolt? Let's see, is it 10? 12? So now we go from our 10 to our 12. So we use this. Pliers for clamps, needle nose for hoses, and a Phillips head. So far. Take up all 8 bolts. You can leave 1 or 2 bolts in the center just to work on the rear when you get to that point. That way it doesn't flop around on you. I'm going to leave that bolt just in for a second so I got some support here. So when I remove this bolt back here, it's 15. In your box if you want, or you could just simply leave it right here, which is probably better off. Not doing nothing with the back anyway. Now you got your pipe supported. Whatever junk out of the way, be in your way. Out of the way. Go into your last bolt. Slight shaking, very little effort. And if you got a pipe like this, titanium full muzzing. This is like 4 pounds maybe. That's off. And now we'll go for the clutch. Go back. Go back to about 7 o'clock. You'll feel the pin release. Shifter. 10mm. Get a close up on it. Let's fold it over. You gotta straighten it out. Alright, we'll just use a different side next time. So go ahead and take the last thing holding the engine on, which is the chain. After that, it's ready to go. Dropping the engine.